Meat and potatoes is the GOAT pairing, and this shepherd's pie is one you make when you have a whole bunch of mouths that you need to feed and you do not want to break the bank. I have a cold, so please bear with me, okay? We're gonna get started with the potatoes, and I like to season my potatoes while they're boiling. I have some chicken bouillon powder that's tomato flavored, and I'm going to boil these potatoes here so we can get the flavor all the way through them, not just laying it on the top once they're cooked. While we're waiting for these to boil away, we're going to get started on our dairy addition to this. I'm going to be melting some cream. I didn't have enough cream, so I'm going to use some milk and some butter together. We want to heat up our dairy so that when you're adding it to the potatoes, it doesn't affect the texture. When you're adding it in pretty cold, it can make the potatoes too chewy. So we're just going to warm this up, and then once the potatoes are done and drained and we start mashing, we'll add that mixture in while it's still warm.
Sugar got me open, now I want some more. Always down for all my nauseous swine, but I think I'm here to solo. Who my niggas don't mind. Stick out my tongue and I'm about ready to hit this gritty, pretty bitty with persistence. Yo, I don't think y'all hit me. Brown sugar, babe. I get high off of love, don't know how to be.
I'm gonna be honest, I just make mine with mashed potatoes on top. I'm not gonna be adding like eggs and egg yolks. I feel like potatoes keep their structure pretty good. I don't need them to be more stiff by way of the eggs. So I'm just going to be seasoning mine up how I would my mashed potatoes, but I'm not going to make them too salty because this will be a layer. So you want to make sure that they aren't too heavily seasoned separately, okay? Now once those potatoes are done, we'll set those aside and get started on our meat mixture. I'm going to be melting some ghee down. You could also do a neutral oil that you like, but I've been enjoying using ghee. I like the flavor, and you know me, I got to use my fajita peppers, so I'm starting off with my frozen onions and bell peppers, and I'm going to cook these down a bit. I want to release some of the water from them since they're frozen. This does take a little bit longer in my opinion than if they were fresh. I will be using the traditional meat for this dish, which is ground lamb, but you can use ground turkey or ground beef, ground chicken if you like. Any ground meat would be just fine. You're just going to be seasoning it to your taste. So once you get it ground up and incorporate it with the onions, you want to make sure you season it. Remember, not too heavy on the seasoning because the potatoes have seasoning as well.
Tell me how you feel about this. Do it how I want, live how I want. wanna live. I worked hard and sacrificed to get what I get. Ladies, it ain't easy being independent. Question, how'd you like this knowledge that I brought? Bragging on that cash that he gave you is the front. If you're gonna brag, make sure it's your money you fund. You know no one else to give you what you want. Shoes on my feet, the clothes I'm wearing, the rock I'm rocking. Cause I depend on me. If I wanted the watch I'm wearing, the house I live in.
Now I'm gonna show you something, but please don't judge me, okay? So I'm gonna be seasoning this here with my beef ramen packet that I had. I have so many of these ramen seasonings laying around because I usually make ramen based dishes without using the seasoning packet that's in there. So if you don't like that, look away right now, okay? I don't know what else is there to be done with those packages. Like, I usually season them like with a dish that I know that's gonna have a little bit of water in it, but like, what else could you be doing?
We'll break these people off. Angel sound.
Before the meat is completely cooked, I like to add my tomato paste in. I just cannot do overcooked meat. So usually for me, when I'm like seasoning in layers, I am going to just barely cook it as much as I need to before I start adding those additional layers of flavor. Tomato paste is kind of tricky because it's like thick and it wants to stick in clumps rather than like disperse it evenly over the meat. But like as it heats, it gets thicker and then it gets looser. So keep that in mind. Now we will be sprinkling this meat with a little bit of flour because we're going to create a roux essentially. So get that meat covered in some flour very lightly. Remember, the heat is still on at this point, and we're going to cook the flour down ever so slightly just to get rid of that raw flour taste. And this is going to help thicken up the meat once we like kind of add the water. We don't want it to be just like wet meat in there, like, you know how you make a taco meat seasoning and you put the water and the meat together? Yeah, you need it to get thick, you know what I'm saying? So that's what we're doing here with the flour. Just like if this was a regular roux with nothing else in it, you want to slowly add your water in. You don't want to dump it all at one time because you'll just get big clumps. So slowly add that water in, mixing in, and you'll see everything start to thicken up. But keep in mind, as you're cooking this, you don't want it to be completely dry. You want it to be a little bit of liquid still left in here because this will be going into the oven. I'll be using the standard mixed vegetables, frozen vegetable blend. It's green beans, carrots, corn, peas. And if you are going to be doing these like more fresh ingredients, do your peas last. Okay, you can get those frozen or canned and add those in last, but if you're gonna have a blend like this, just make sure if there's peas in it, you add this in last because peas overcook very easily. At this point, the heat is off. I'm just using the residual heat to melt the vegetables down just a little bit. And I'm just adding some more water because I kind of lost some when I added the vegetables in. But again, we want this to be a little bit liquidy. flattening this out because I will be cooking right on in this cast iron. If you don't have a cast iron, you'll be wanting to transfer this into a baking dish. And I'm going to start topping this meat mixture with my potatoes. See, they are stiff enough on their own. I just do not feel the need right now to add eggs in here, but not saying it's wrong, it's just not what I'm about to do right now. I'll use my eggs for something else.
Brown sugar, babe. I get high off love, don't know how to behave.
I feel like I've been using my cast iron so much more than usual, but you know, they are a little bit of a pain to clean. It's only a pain to clean now because I just broke up with the Dawn power wash spray. I'm like, these are going out so fast, I cannot in good faith keep buying these bottles. So I'm back to regular dish soap, which makes cleaning the cast iron a lot harder. So like, what is another pan? Like, I like my caraways, but for something heavy duty like this, I just feel like they're a little too dainty. Like, what is the other type of pan? Like, those are non-stick, this cast iron. What is it, like a third option that you like? Because I definitely need some suggestions at this point. Of course, you had to add some cheese on there because I'm from Wisconsin and that's what we do. At this point, your oven should already be preheated and you can just slide that right on in. And if you did not know, all recipes are in the description. You can find them on my Substack. If you subscribe to my Substack, they will send the recipes directly to your inbox every time I post, okay? Y'all gotta go searching for them, they'll come straight to you, okay? So now, after this is done baking, we take this out and look at that delicious bite there. Oh my goodness. Okay, you gotta have a little of everything in this bite, so get ready for a mouthful, I tell you. Okay, cousin, try this out and let me know how it tastes. Okay, bye.